Oh. How'd it go?
What's this?
I nominated for Debbie.
Oh, you got accosted outside?
Hmm?
You got accosted outside?
Yeah.
While smoking a cigarette.
Well, yeah, it's a good look.
What do you think about her,
All right, let's talk about the November rescheduling.
Yep, as you all know, we typically reschedule the November meeting due to the ACO conference, which overlaps slightly with our regular board meeting on November 10th. So some dates that we put out to the board, I believe, are November 5th, 19th, 16th, and 17th as alternate meeting dates. We left it blank in the resolution, so we just need to fill that in.
November 5th, 17th, and 19th.
November 5th, 16th, 17th, and 19th, I think were.
Ernie, when are you leaving?
I leave on the 18th, so I can do 5, 16, or 17.
Oh, let's do 17th. It's a Tuesday.
Why,
Or
don't we normally meet on the, our normal meeting would be on the 10th, wouldn't we normally meet like
The
in years
Thursday?
past on the 12th?
I think typically that has worked out in the past, but I believe that's our ACRJ board meeting.
Okay,
So we
okay.
avoided that date.
Gotcha.
I can do the 17th or 16th if we want to. Preferably 17th.
I mean, you have a meeting on the 16th, you and I,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
and EMS council's on the 17th, but
We don't know if we
Yeah,
have an evening
that's-
session either.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, you can work on that, right?
I will try my best.
God, I had the EMS council on Wednesday. It's Tuesday.
EMS council's on Tuesdays.
Oh, man, sorry.
17th would work. I mean, that
17th
one's,
is- Madam Chair's gonna work on not having an evening session.
yeah,
Thanks, Madam Chair.
So-
The regular
17th? Did we just decide?
Okay, so can we consider the resolution inserting the November 17th date, please? R 2026-69.
Madam Chair, if you're prepared for a motion.
I am.
Madam Chair, I move we approve resolution R 2026-69, rescheduling the November 10th, 2026 meeting to the 17th at the regular time.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any discussion? Everyone distracted, so discussion?
Aye.
No discussion. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, it is November 17th, 2 o'clock. All right. I was kind of excited to see this one on the agenda.
So do we have the dates of VACO? That is,
Yes, I think it's the 7th through the 10th, I believe.
yeah, well, it would be the 8th,
Right.
Sunday, I guess, Sunday.
Since
Yeah.
several of us will be graduating from class, we will petition for more rooms.
Okay,
Good logic, right, Ernie?
And I'm probably gonna have to miss it this year.
There's an extra room. Okay. Region 2000 settlement agreement.
Right.
I'm just pretty much gonna review the memo that's in your packet and then, take whatever questions you might have, and Mr. Payne, county attorney, is also here, to provide his legal guidance if necessary. So basically, since March of 2026, board staff and legal counsel have resumed working towards, and we think we have reached an acceptable settlement agreement with Campbell County in resolution of the ongoing Region 2000 litigation. Lynchburg City has signed their agreement. Appomattox County has had a change in legal counsel, and their board will be considering their agreement at the August 24th meeting. They have been working with Campbell County to resolve provisions related to their water supply. Nelson, in support of Appomattox County's position, has waited to publicly consider signing our settlement agreement because of that. The proposed resolution R 2026-70 includes a caveat that our agreement becomes null and void if Appomattox does not have satisfactory resolution to this issue via signature of their agreement by August 31st, 2026. All settlement agreement terms are predicated on Campbell County's approval of the Livestock Road Facility lateral expansion. And that proposal was dated July 29th, 2024. It was submitted and not approved about a year ago, well, almost 2 years ago now. It would also have to survive any litigation arising from that approval. Campbell County has indicated in its letter dated March 17, 2026, its commitment to move expeditiously toward consideration of a landfill expansion. Highlights of Nelson County settlement agreement terms are listed in the memo as follows. Upon execution of the settlement agreement, Nelson is allowed but not required to haul its waste to the Livestock Road landfill at the same tonnage rate as Campbell County. This is different because right now we're required by the memorandum of agreement with all the authority members to take our waste to that particular facility. So this would remove that requirement. Upon landfill expansion, Nelson may use the facility at a rate not to exceed 120% of the rate paid by Campbell County, known as the cost of service rate. The way this is calculated is laid out in Exhibit C of the agreement. Upon meeting the dependent conditions following approval of the landfill expansion, Nelson, Appomattox, and Lynchburg City will effect their withdrawal from the currently constituted authority with the State Corporation Commission. Upon the SCC's acceptance of Nelson's, Appomattox's, and Lynchburg's withdrawal from the authority, steps will be taken to enable Campbell County's Board of Supervisors to constitute the new authority board. Exhibits A and B provide example documents of these actions, which would be draft authority bylaws and amended articles of incorporation. Upon SCC acceptance of Nelson, Appomattox, and Lynchburg's withdrawal from the authority, Campbell County would take ownership of all assets and liabilities of the authority and assume full responsibility for management, operation, funding, and support of the authority. Upon SCC acceptance of the county's withdrawal from the authority, Nelson will receive a one-time payment of $250,000. Within 30 days of the SCC's acceptance of Nelson's, Appomattox's, and Lynchburg's withdrawal from the authority, actions will be taken by all parties to mutually dismiss lawsuits and claims. And then I've noted the exhibits A, B, and C previously mentioned, draft amended articles of incorporation, draft authority bylaws, annual calculation of cost of service. The staff and legal counsel recommend favorable consideration of resolution 2026-70, agreement to resolve the Region 2000 landfill litigation. Happy to answer questions. Mr. Rutherford has been heavily involved in these discussions, so he's well versed as well.
I've had some light interaction with Appomattox and kind of where we're at, and they need this extra time. So this is a good faith effort for us to show that we're going to make a clear settlement, leaving the contingency that Appomattox County receives a water agreement or a settlement, which the settlement agreement would likely be contingent water of some sorts. This also allows for there to be a set deadline to where if they don't resolve their problems again by the end of this month, we have to vote on this again. And I think that's reasonable both for Campbell County to know as well as our friends in Appomattox. So
also to add to that, the situation is if any of the current members don't sign their agreements, then it's all dead in the water.
Yeah.
So
there's still a long road to go, especially when you get to that, last whereas, that still has to happen, which that's probably a very large feat politically. So beyond that, if there's no other questions, I am prepared to make a motion, Madam Chair.
So it says that our rate's not to exceed 120%. So essentially, we're going to pay
12%.
120%.
well, we would pay 20% more than what Campbell pays. But the difference here too is we would have the option to go somewhere else if we wanted at any time.
Right. Any questions for Candy?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve resolution R 2026-70 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Wow. Hearing none. Did you want a roll call vote
I
on
think
this?
so.
I think
Yeah.
so
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Linehan,
Yes.
Mr. Rutherford.
Yes.
Mr. Parr,
Yes.
Mr. Reed.
Yes.
Dr. Liggett.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Second try.
Thank you all.
This is our second time. So
It
don't,
is.
don't,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
sigh.
So,
All right, reports. Candy, you're up again.
All right, first off, a little follow-up on the Gladstone speed limit reduction request from 25 miles an hour to 15. Had some follow-up conversations with Robert Brown of VDOT. He did share with me that the last speed study done showed 77% of the traffic was traveling at 25 miles per hour or less. I also spoke to Sheriff Embry regarding increasing speed enforcement in this area, and he has reported that Deputy Brown has been conducting speed enforcement in the area for several weeks. During the past month, has observed no speeding violations along Gladstone Road during weekday morning and afternoon hours. He has, however, taken numerous enforcement action for speeding and reckless driving offenses along Route 60, Richmond Highway in the Gladstone area. We also discussed possibly using the department's speed notification sign along Gladstone Road to alert drivers of their speed, possibly as a deterrent to driving over the 25-mile-per-hour speed limit. Sheriff Embry has assured me that Deputy Brown will continue to monitor this area as they continue to receive complaints from residents of the Gladstone community. So that's where we are now. If you have any other suggestions or want any further follow-up, definitely let us know. We did have a report on the DSS building project earlier. In my report, I note that, let's see, the fire suppression sprinkler system was in place, and we did 2 flush tests with negative results due to large amounts of sediment. Service authority staff, in here it says they are working on a solution to reduce the sediment at the well source through installation of a commercial grade filtration. We talked about doing 2 wells serving the area. They have installed one of these commercial grade filtration systems at the Dawson well, which is at the end of Tanbark. So we're hoping that's going to make a tremendous difference in the level of sediment there. Sounded like we could perform another flush test within the next week to week and a half. So that's good news. Some project financials here. Did have a correction to last month's project financials. Had an error in the original contract amount, so that's highlighted in blue here for you and corrected on this report. Did note PMA Architecture's contract. Original contract is $1,197,151. Payments to date are $1,106,057. Contract balance is $91,094. And then provided some financials on our bond funding. So we wanted to make sure that we had enough money to pay what was left on the contract, and which we do. We actually have $459,953 more in lease proceeds than we need to finish the project. And then the last box shows the project fund balance. We had an opening balance of $7.1 million. We've drawn down $1.7 million to date, and we have a remaining balance of $5.4 million to be drawn on those funds. As you all are aware, our zoning and subdivision ordinance public engagement has been scheduled. This will be August 19th from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Nelson Center. Links to the final draft zoning and subdivision ordinance have been posted on the nelson2042.com website, as well as the county's planning and zoning webpage and our calendar event for the upcoming public open house. Updates on the Larkin property purchase. Staff, legal counsel, and Wells Fargo are working towards the cash property purchase closing. We don't have a set closing date yet. We will keep you posted on that. As far as financing, Davenport issued the bank RFP on July 24th, sending it to 115 institutions with the due date of August 20th. Concurrently, the county has applied with VRA for their fall pool funding, and we will be working with them in Davenport to complete the due diligence piece of that application later in the month. Davenport is scheduled to present the results of the bank financing RFP on September 8th and get the board's direction on the preferred course of financing. This financing, as you know, will be used to repay the county for the cash used for the initial property purchase and then establish annual debt service payments for the property over time. We've been working on tire amnesty days. County admin is coordinating with the transfer station staff to look at dates for tire amnesty if the board would like to pursue this. Previous ones were established on 1 or 2 Saturdays with a limit of 25 tires per household for tires not exceeding 22 inches. We can use DEQ litter grant funds to cover the cost of this amnesty program. Please advise if you wish staff to proceed in getting dates established and publicized. And Mr. Parr was definitely interested in that.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, we will get working on that. All right. As you know, our ACRJ board meetings are every other month now, so I've got some statistics that staff sent out to the board members. In July 2026, Nelson had 849 bed days and an average daily population of 27. This was 8.8% of the total for the facility. As of August 7, 2026, Nelson had 0 out of 12 individuals assigned to the home electronic incarceration program. And we have had 54 participants in this program since the start of data collection in March of 2020. An NCSA related item, have an update on the Livingston Sewer Project. Late last week, the Service Authority was notified by USDA RD of their willingness to provide for additional loan and grant funds to cover the additional costs that were identified for the Livingston Sewer Rehab Project. And that the new total cost is $4.1 million. They have a not to exceed initial grant of $1,594,000, a subsequent grant newly approved of $1,439,000, and not to exceed initial loan of $641,000, and that would be at 40 years at a rate of 1.375%. And then the newest loan would be $450,776 for 40 years at an estimated 2.25%. And they will be working with the project engineers and USDA to work through amended USDA RD letter of conditions and get the project out to bid. If you recall, the board previously agreed to pay the debt service on the initial loan funds for this project. It's possible, you may be asked again, to provide the funding to cover the debt service on the additional loan amounts. I think the Service Authority Board is probably going to discuss this at their next meeting, and then we would await any kind of letter of request for something like that, and then the board could consider it. I would like to take a look at the Service Authority debt service schedule and see if there is a near-term possibility of some current debt service going away, in which they could then assume this debt service that the board has previously committed to and might possibly be asked to in the near future. So we'll take a look at that. Meals and lodging tax collection and entity tracking, the charts are attached. Our lodging units went from 872 to 862. And then I'm still reporting that the TOT and meals tax collected at the end of FY26 were $2.8 million and $1.5 million respectively. So I think you all should have gotten all the department and office reports for June or July, and happy to answer any questions. Got anything?
Any questions for Candy? Okay,
Thank you so much.
thank you. We're gonna start on this end this time. Board reports, Mr. Carr.
EMS Council takes the month of July off.
Good for
So,
them.
yeah.
All right, Mr. Reed.
A lot of time this week or this month on service authority things. There are weekly calls with all the main partners, the service authority staff, Vivo, CHA, Savico, and English Construction, where you go over what's transpired over the last week and what they're and how it's projected. It's just the day-to-day updates of what they've been doing, and we have those calls every week. I was up there this morning for hopefully to be there for the test. Instead, I was there for everything that ran up to the point that they decided the test wasn't going to be able to happen. Plus the regular service authority meeting. I did attend the TJPDC Regional Housing Partnership Summit call, along with Michael Payne from Charlottesville. Went over some of the things that we thought would be, both Michael and I thought would be good things to focus on at the summit. Things that are, specifically things that might be beneficial to us. I mentioned the fact that we had just recently purchased the Larkin property, that this might provide some opportunities. So I thought that it would be good to maybe do a presentation on what happens when you have localities that own properties, how that can be used to leverage housing of whatever scale, size, economic areas that are important. So did that, and the only other thing I have is that the VACO August summit is going on this week on Thursday.
Going?
I'm going?
I'm going too.
Okay, I'll see you there. There's a couple of committees I sit on that are going to be meeting leading up to the November meetings that we have, and some excellent speakers are lined up. Our Governor Spanberger is going to be there. The Secretary of Ag and Forestry, Secretary of Commerce and Trade, Secretary of Finance, Secretary of Education, lots of people at the state level that are going to be there. I'm sure it's going to be more interesting than usual. So, looking forward to it.
Candy did a pretty good report for the regional jail. So we've got a meeting later this month for the admission tax. Hopefully we can get this thing wrapped up and brought back at the end of the year.
Okay. I was like, admission tax for the jail.
No.
We're taxing ourselves.
Okay, Jesse.
I was unable to attend the TJPDC meeting recently. Have had some interactions with VDOT regarding the signs in the entrances. Learning about more regulations that you didn't know existed till you finally got ready to with the concept, which is usually how this goes. So I'm interacting with some of their engineers and whatnot to try to find out what actually is feasible and what actually isn't. We didn't have class, did we? No, that was June. So
Coming up.
class is coming up, and we'll be officially certified for supervisors. So that's all I got, Madam Chair.
Planning Commission has had several work sessions, and I feel as a whole, we have a lot of new members, and hopefully they'll be real prepared for presenting the whole thing to the public next week. Be able to answer questions. It's gonna be interesting. So, that's all I have to report, really. Appointments. We have one person apply. For zoning appeals.
We'll wait wait another month?
Yes,
I
that
would
is
like to
correct.
wait another month on that. Maybe have some more applicants come in.
Is that at large, BZA? Or is that, yeah, that is at large.
Yes.
Wanna wait another month?
Yeah, we can do another month.
When, Candy, do you know when the next BZA meeting is scheduled for?
I do not. I don't know
Well,
if
if we
there is
have
one,
any.
because it's as needed, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's likely that it's not going to affect, anyone at a
Should-
meeting between now.
unless
and
something
Okay,
comes up.
all right.
Okay. So this is we're looking for two? Is it right?
No, just one.
Well, because there's an alternate that's vacant,
That's what we're going for, is trying to get a sub.
even Carol though resigning.
Yes.
Yes to which
So
we
she
need
was the
two.
planning commission representative, I think, on BZA.
Oh. That's the, yeah, so you guys have to pick that, the planning commission has to pick, or
Oh,
do we have to pick the planning commissioner? Does the planning commission pick their own, or do we pick the planning commissioner?
I don't remember that, how that has worked. In the
that hasn't happened since I've been on, so I'll have to ask.
I don't know. I think
Okay.
historically it was the
I mean,
chair.
I think the board appoints all of them, and then they're certified by the circuit court is what our guidance says.
Can you add that to the list for next week, our next meeting, so we can see it coming? If it's something that we're required to do,
Okay.
to make the appointment.
Well, that got complicated quick.
Yeah. Never
Okay.
thought about it.
Correspondence. I included this, of course, it's been circulated through the planning commission as well. Was Stephen Bain's email, questioning attendance. I actually was pleased in a sense because I think attendance should be questioned this early on every board. So that is one reason why it's here in front of us. I don't know if everybody got a chance to read it, but there it is.
Yeah, I'd be interested in hearing from Dr. Liggins, since you sit on the board with him. I'll mention some things that are on my mind. I have the greatest confidence in Mr. Averett on the planning commission. There has been some absences for meetings he hasn't been able to attend. In most cases, and I think this is true, he has contacted the planning commission chair with comments on some of the decisions, even when he's not able to attend, so that would be there for the record. It doesn't always get read, but they are circulated to the board, so it's something that the public probably wouldn't see. And I have a good relationship with him. We talk often about things, and his comments are, I think, always thoughtful and articulate. I think those are two of his good qualities. And so those are my comments on his performance.
I would defer to Central District on what he sees fit in his district on that one with his position. Richard is fairly active in the community. I've had many sparring matches with him, so I do know he pays attention for sure, because he's very quick to call. So, but again, I'm going to defer to Mr. Reno when he was doing Central.
All right. I don't know that it was a call to action. It was more of now we're all aware. Does that make okay? Directives. we kind of did them throughout the meeting. So,
Speaking of attendance, I will not be at the September board
Oh.
meeting.
That makes two of us.
I said it first.
well, for the three of us, no one's allowed to be sick.
We've been in this situation before.
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
What
and
do
it
you
wasn't
know?
pretty.
It was fun.
Only sick that day.
Yes, I will not be here as well.
I guess that being the case, I will make sure everyone is planning on attending the morning of. So in case we have another absence.
Yeah, if we don't end up having a quorum, we're gonna need to have a call meeting because we'll have to decide on the financing
Oh.
of the Larkin property that day. So just keep that in mind, please.
We had done so many meetings that I thought we had concluded most major things. Just kidding. We're after the budget.
Well, Mr. Payne brings up a good point. Do you want to reschedule the September meeting? We've got things lined up. We do have things lined up for Davenport to be here that day, but, and also Sands Anderson.
I'm sure they can figure it out. I'm sure our subs can figure it out.
As long as there's not referendums.
I'm sorry.
Say that one more time.
I said I'm sorry.
It's life. When's everyone back?
I will be back the following week, the week of the 14th.
Yeah, I'm just out the week of the 7th.
It would be good to have
Probably be good to have all of us. for
the
that.
board here. I mean, not just for those things, but for anything that comes up.
So 15th?
Yeah, I can do that.
Sounds good.
Okay, hold it. September 15. September 15 looks good to me.
We may be missing Miss Moyer. She has a class she signed up for on the 15th.
How essential is Miss Moyer?
Are you essential for your duty? She thinks it would be fine.
I've got a quarterly Cleo meeting that day. I mean, I can miss it.
Oh,
The thing I don't have in
Leo.
front of me is our financing schedule. Let me see if I can pull that up.
Easy, yeah. We do.
Before we-
Where you go?
Out of country.
and-
where'd you say you were going again?
Anna Maria Island.
Oh, we could have a meeting there.
Yeah.
15's good with me.
I'm sure we
Oh.
I'm good for 15th.
Okay,
Yeah.
I am as well. All right, so we need a resolution for that. I mean, we did a resolution for November.
Yeah.
Right.
Would it just
We could bring it back. We can probably, craft one for the evening session for you all to approve.
Okay. Okay.
Cameron, that's the day before our 151 meeting.
Correct.
Okay, so we're adding to the agenda under other business probably,
Yes.
resolution for changing September meeting. Any other business?
Yes, please. Sorry.
Okay,
I forgot to mention this during my report. I was hoping the board might consider some dates, to have an initial work session on the Larkin property, and then possibly look at, board retreat dates coming up for the fall.
What you got in mind?
I don't have anything in mind at the moment, but,
Those are gonna be the same dates or two different things?
it probably should be two different
Think so,
dates,
too.
so the public, you know, your retreats are public as well, but it'd be helpful to have the, you know, public have the availability for the Larkin work session.
What's the earliest you'd like to look at, and we can start walking through it?
I would say anytime like October, November, essentially. That's right before we get really started on budget things, so I think that would be helpful.
These are all day things? Or,
I don't think the Larkin work session would be, I think you could set aside a couple hours.
Oh.
Whenever that suited you, but the board retreat would likely be an all-day adventure.
Yeah, early in October is better than later for me.
We have a thing in October, class, the 9th
October?
in October. That's-
Uh,
Well, you're not gonna make that?
I never put it in the
You
calendar.
never put it on your calendar? I believe that's, is
I'm
it- is
I'm
that
not
the-
going, I'm not going to that one.
Is that the Friday or the Saturday?
That's a Friday. The 9th is a Friday.
Yeah, I'm not, I
I'm
can't
trying to
make that
remember what our
one.
class is. It might be the 10th. I
Remember
remember what
which
they
one?
said, yeah. Is it Friday or Saturday? I'm open that week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
this is for the afternoon Larkin thing, okay.
Sorry, what week are you looking at?
5th.
Week of October 5th.
October.
Can we do Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm wide open that week.
Or
Yep.
what time? Wednesday the 7th, correct?
How about if we did 4 o'clock, staff doesn't have to stay forever?
Perfect.
Which day? was that?
October 7th.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then you said you wanted to do a retreat.
What time did you say on the 7th?
4?
On the retreat, I think I mean, we could push it to December, January, I just think it would be good for the board to reiterate your priorities going into the next budget cycle.
Oh my God, that's around the corner.
Yep.
Budgets again.
I haven't even
Yeah.
paid my taxes for this year yet.
First week in November?
I extended.
I think it'd be better doing it after the, don't you think it'd be better? doing it
Yeah, I
after
think
the
that's a great idea.
vacation?
Sure.
Not things,
When things are
it's-
fresh,
the week of the 16th?
so November 16th?
Yeah, is that what we're talking?
Well, we have a board supervisor meeting on the 17th,
Yeah.
and I'm out the rest of the week after
And then it's
that.
Thanksgiving after that.
I'm gonna look at early December.
Yeah,
Yeah.
December. Madam Chair, do Wednesdays work best for you in
Yeah.
perpetuity? So let's do the 2nd.
Second,
And that's an all dayer.
Any Wednesday in December. It's okay for me.
I think we get that over with on the 2nd because we can dodge bad weather potential.
Right in the middle of hunting season.
Right in the middle of hunting season,
Right in the middle of hunting season.
we'll get it all done with.
Oh my gosh.
We can work on getting that lined up, and then we'll have clarity on times and
Okay.
location, all those things.
Yeah, that entire week is good for me. For what it's worth.
cool.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to adjourn and continue.
Madam Chair, I move we adjourn and continue this meeting to 7:00.
Second.
Alrighty.
All those in discussion. All those in favor, say aye.
Uh,
Those opposed, good, excellent. Oh, man.
Nice chairs.
See you later.